I can see the stars align, dance around the moon every night. And now my eyes are open wide, and the sky has never looked so bright. And I don't need to see the road to believe, yeah. 'Cause this is where I'm meant to be, I believe. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, ooh. Can you imagine, ooh. And I feel the magic, ooh. Can you imagine, ooh. And I feel the magic. It's all around us. And I feel the magic. It's all around us. There's wonder on this winding road in front of me, yeah. 'Cause I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, ooh. Can you imagine, ooh. And I feel the magic, ooh. Can you imagine, ooh. And I feel the magic. It's all around us. And I feel.
And there it goes, the magic. Now we're going to bring it right on back. Good evening, Michelle Foster. There you are. I've been looking for you in the galaxy going, now where has she gone? You're a little bit AWOL at the moment, Michelle. And you know what? You're retired. So you can't say, well, it's school holidays. Or are you still in that mode? It's school holidays, so you're on holiday. But you're on permanent holiday now. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Kristen. Welcome, darling. And to everyone that is watching now, I'm just going to let you know those who are looking for us on Facebook are not going to find us. You're not going to find Soul and Beyond streaming live from Facebook tonight. In fact, it won't be streamed from Facebook again. We asked quite some time ago for people to register, and there's a reason for that. And the reason is because of what happens when we stream through Facebook. And apart from that, I am not, as many of you know, a fan of that platform. Good evening, Lisa. I'm not a fan of that platform. It does not fit with my ethics or my ethos of my work. Even though you will see posts, I have someone very wonderful who looks after that, not me. I say yes or no to the post, but that's it for me. Even on a personal page, because that's how that platform works. If you don't see activist kind of stuff or some really wacky humour, you don't see much else. So there's a little surprise for you tonight, but first I better say hello to all our new viewers and welcome, and to everyone who watches the replay. Now, I will mention Jackie here because she sent me a message. Her circumstances since her mum passed away from this world, moved to the next one. Her circumstances have changed and she can't always make it in time for the show, but she sent me a message to say she's been watching the replay, and that's the joy of registering. You can watch the replay at your own leisure, but when I tell you what we've got tonight, you just might wish you didn't watch the replay. Going to really catch you one hand or the other. Which one shall I go? So, to everyone who is new and those who watch us later on, I'm Gwenda. I'm your host of Soul and Beyond. I am a natural born conduit between heaven and earth. I've had the absolute privilege of being a channel for several archangels, deities, aliens, even all sorts of interesting beings. I love the elemental kingdom, so I will often bring through someone from the elemental kingdom. It is simply a joy and a gift, and it is a gift, and one that I hold very, very strong in my heart as a deep privilege. So, for everyone who is watching via YouTube, please do know that you can say hello and you can interact and have a chat with me and with whoever comes through. Soul and Beyond is often a surprise, and I'll tell you, I got a surprise. Karen McAllister, another one that's been missing. Now, where have you girls got to? It is lovely to see you, Karen, and I hope that all is going well for you. Now, the surprise that I have for you, it's always wow when I have a message come through, a directive even, or sometimes a request from the divine messengers or from someone's loved one. Could be either or. Typically, when I'm going to hold a class or when I'm going to do something in the Spiritual School of Wesh, or be here with you on Soul and Beyond, it will be from the divine messengers, unless there is a relative of someone who's, really pushing the line and like, I want to get in first, which does happen. But tonight, I was actually pouring off my kefir. Does anybody else use kefir? I know Lisa does, or is it still alive, Lisa? Kefir is an incredible probiotic. It's an awesome one-stop food, amazing. So I was pouring my kefir off because it was cultured, and then you drink it. It's like a drinking yogurt, but it's full of such incredible goodness. Who's that? Not really, Lisa. Not really. Oh, and you do it too, Kristen. Yes. Oh, well, there you go. We should get Kristen and Michelle to meet up. Kristen is in Geelong, but I'm sure you girls can find some kind of middle place there because Michelle was looking for someone with kefir grains. Is that what you do, Kristen? Do you culture your own kefir? So, you ladies, I can connect you so that you can find out how to meet if you would like to do that. I don't think it's rude, Lisa. How many times did it take you to get it going? And I'm glad it's still alive and that you're using it. So, I was busy emptying, sieving off my kefir, and I heard, oh, great, Michelle. I'll wait for. Please, I'd love to have both. Oh, fantastic, Kristen. That's wonderful. Look at Lisa defending herself. I only killed 2 and G killed 1. It's so funny. So while I'm busy pouring this off, I hear, a slippery arm tea. No, I didn't hear that at all. I'm looking at Karen McAllister's. She just poured herself a slippery arm. Is your bowel in need of some help, Karen? We might hear about that tonight. Now, I'm expecting a few more people that actually registered for tonight, and I'm not anticipating that we will have as many as other weeks, and that's possibly for good reason, because I have an invocation for you tonight that we're going to finish with, a very powerful invocation. The topic is the soul's gaze. And this was what I was working on and bringing through, which was just beautiful. How does that feel with you, the soul's gaze? I wonder how many of you went, oh, I hope it didn't see me do that or didn't hear me make that decision, because that's part of what we're going to be discussing, going to be talking about tonight. Now, I do have Archangel Azrael came through tonight. Some people call, well, actually, Archangel Azrael is known as the angel of death. And there you are, Maria. Good evening. And people do freak out about the angel of death because we've been shown the Grim Reaper that, walks around with a great big sieve and is like, that's you, you're out. But Archangel Azrael is not like that. Archangel Azrael is beautiful like all of the archangels. And Azrael's work is to help those who are passing alongside Uriel. Archangel Uriel will also help, but also to help those who are still here and going through that transition period of losing their loved one or their very dear friend. So Azrael came through tonight, and as yet, I am waiting to see what it is or why Azrael has appeared, especially because we're looking at what thought patterns am I currently favoring and feeding that may be creating resistance and repetition in my life. It's a pretty heavy topic, really. Right now, Azrael is already gearing up to come in on that. And I'm going to say to you that is rather different because Azrael is about death and people passing. So it is going to be really interesting to see what Azrael has to say around soul gaze and the patterns that you're currently feeding and propagating that may be creating obstacles, resistance, and repetition in your life. Death is not final, he says. Death can be looked at as new life. There are times, now you're going to have to listen to this very carefully. There are times for you beautiful souls when a situation in your life causes you to die, but you don't leave this world. You don't leave because it's not your time to leave. And in your language, in your words, some would say, I got a second chance at life. And there are actually two of you here tonight. And that's why Azrael is here. So when there are situations that would be considered the dying, the death of who you have been, because let's face it, if you die on the operating table, you go places. You do not come back as the same as you left, especially when people start to tell you, when you find out that you died at the accident scene, you died when you fell there, you died on the operating table. Then you start to look at the way that you've been living your life, your expressions, how you feel about life. Kristen Chapman, this is going straight to you right at this moment. This is a really important time, and the second person this is going to is Michelle Foster. And Michelle, This is something that is coming for you. This is going to really stretch you. It's going to stretch how you feel about death and living again. Have any of you ever heard people say, I don't know how I'm going to continue living. I don't know how I'm going to get through this or how I'm going to come out the other side of this. When there has either been a very traumatic time for them personally or a very traumatic time of loss for someone that they love. So I said this is a really heavy topic tonight, and it's being woven through here by Archangel Azrael. And as always, Archangel Gabriel is present. Gabriel is the one who speaks through me the most. But we have these other amazing visitors that come to assist and help. You know, Kristen. Very good. You see, the surprise for you tonight, the little let's do this for them, was for the first 5 of you who registered to attend tonight and to be able to have that replay. I'm to offer you a delicious burst of mini guidance. Personal. Oh my gosh. I said, I beg your pardon. You want what for them? So this is the way that the heavenly ones wish for this to go forward every week. Every week that Soul and Beyond is on, the first 5 people who actually register to be here are going to receive a delicious burst of mini guidance. If you want to know if you're one of those first 5, so how do I know who the first 5 are? Because that's what this wonderful platform does. It provides the list of guests, and it provides them in the order of who registered when. So, are you on the list for tonight's surprise? What do you think of this surprise, everyone? Took me by surprise, I can tell you. And like, wow, this is really cool. And then the invocation that has been written for you tonight. Oh, incredible. Incredible. So how did that list go of the first 5? Yes, Maria. I'm going to put Maria's comment up. Anyone else relate? And that does actually still sit in a different way, on a different level in Maria's heart. And Lisa's just saying a delicious burst. Yes, a delicious burst of guidance. And Kristen, she's awesome. So when it was pointed out that Azrael was here and speaking to Kristen, guess what she said? I know. Must be careful with those 2 words when you're saying them to me, because I will ask you if you know, why are you not being? So, yes, and Kristen says that operating table was another level of everything. Yes, it was, and especially because for you it was the heart. So who were the first 5? Well, I'm going to read them in order of very first person through for the first 5 that get that delicious burst of guidance. Are you ready? Are you on the edge of your seats? Jackie Hall, first front and center. Kristen Chapman, second. Kat Gray, I don't think you're here yet. Kat Gray, third. Maria Bateman, fourth. Lisa, fifth. Lisa Murray. Oh, you just got in the line there, girl. So these are the 5 that registered first 5. So you're in for some delicious bursts of guidance. Isn't that something awesome? Like, wow. Before we go there, because Kat often comes in a little bit late, so I'm going to give her a little bit of time to get in, and I am wondering where our beautiful Mandy is tonight. Yes, Maria, well done to you, and lucky hey that they have now decided that this is how things are to flow. Took me by surprise as much as yourselves. So no more streaming through Facebook. First 5 people to register, and we register for a reason. It is to prevent the trolls, it's to prevent those that are wannabes, and to sort out the audience effectively. Very important. Before I go into these beautiful bursts, and they are going to come in spontaneously because it will be Azrael, Gabriel, and Uriel that will bring this through for each of you. And the other thing is, I want to remind you that every time you sit with me for Soul and Beyond or a masterclass, any time that you sit with me, wherever, you receive healing energy. The important part of that is your willingness to accept it. Now, Azrael, the angel of death, has given you some lovely insights already. But when I was getting ready, and I was a little surprised to see Azrael turn up and make known that he was going to participate, he went straight to talking about a beautiful lady, a beautiful, beautiful lady that I had the privilege of doing a healing session for yesterday. Her name is Joyce, and she is a gorgeous soul, but she is deeply, deeply aggrieved with the loss of her husband that really wasn't that long ago. She has changed the name of my guidance room to the room of tears, and tears she did shed. When I first met Joyce and did a healing for her, she was equally as aggrieved. But she was so embarrassed about not being able to stop crying. Azrael has already shared with you that, okay, Michelle, thank you. Azrael has already shared with you that death is not death. It is a new beginning, whether you leave this world or whether you awaken again from an incident, from surgery. But when someone is deeply, deeply in grief, especially like Joyce, for missing someone that she's spent over 50 years with for her life. She's 87 now. Touches her toes better than me. 87 now. So for more than half her life, Alan was her, beside her. He was everything to her, and he still is. 60 years. 57, she said yesterday. Thank you, Lisa. How does Lisa know? Because Lisa is her daughter. So Azrael wanted yesterday for everyone to know that grief, the tears of grief, are to be felt. How many times have you met someone who is not expressing their grief, who won't cry or won't be angry? Aha, here she is. Good evening, Kat Gray. Kat, I have a surprise for you. And it's funny, I just said to everyone I'm going to wait a little while because Kat's often a little late in, because Kat, there's a new bit of fun from the angels, the archangels for Soul and Beyond. And they've said that the first 5 people that register for Soul and Beyond are to get a delicious serve of guidance, mini guidance. And Kat, you, my dear, were number 3. You were third to register. So, Kat, you get a delicious burst of guidance tonight. How cool is that? So I'm so glad you're here, Kat. So Azrael's guidance for people who are deeply in grief, like Joyce, is to help them be aware that their tears are very important. One of the things that is very, very, very common with people when they have lost a loved one is their want to feel them, to hear them. And that was something that Joyce has been looking for since I first met her, and again yesterday. And she was in tears because she didn't feel anything. What Azrael wants to share with you all is grief is the thief of your connection to spirit. Now, grief cannot be avoided. Is not saying that you are not to grieve, because that's not the way to go. And what we were explaining to Joyce yesterday was that it is her grief and her longing desire to feel her beautiful husband, Alan, to sense him near her or to see him. Now, I want you to all know it's a very unusual human being who doesn't want to see whoever it is that their loved one that they've lost. But I can tell you that when you do see them, it is even more heartbreaking. I encourage you, it's part of the biggest part of teaching that I offer is to teach you how to hear, how to sense, how to be in that divine union so that you can communicate. And now here I am saying to you, it is even more heartbreaking when you see them. Well, I can tell you that the first time I saw my dad, I was in meditation and he turned up in the meditation. It broke me out of the meditation and I sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. Why? Oh, because I loved him so much. He was such an important person in my life. He was everything to me. So when I saw him and saw him looking so amazing, and I wanted to feel him, I wanted to have him hug me in real time, and to know that's not possible, it's heartbreaking. So the message from Azrael through this experience with Joyce yesterday is to teach everyone to understand that when you let go of the grief, the pain, the desperation, because it does get to be desperation for a lot of people, then you can hear them, then you can see them. And even sharing that message with Joyce had her in tears even more than she already was. Can you all relate to that? Maria Bateman, by the way, your beautiful friend is standing right beside you, and she has come in to thank you so much. She loves you so much. You brought so much joy to her, and you lifted her heart on the really hard days. She wishes that she'd seen you before she left. This is Sally, Maria. She says, say my name, is Sally. She's standing with you, Maria, and she's come in to say that beautiful message of thanks to you. How much difference you made. Now, she says that you also gave her the strength to keep her smile, to keep her strength up on days where she wanted to give up. So our loved ones, friends, family, pets. I had a lady say at a funeral to me last week, oh, I didn't realise that dogs and cats and pets could come through too, because I had 3 farewells to attend last week, and one was my sister-in-law's. And when she passed in the hospital, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, who knows the time, her husband's dog appeared beside him, and he is not a believer in the least, not in one little iota. So I still had to tell him, and one of the other sister-in-laws was astounded that pets would come through. And it just goes to show that we get so much in our own way, to not even recognize that pets are feeling beings. They are not just a dog, just a cat, just a bird. And they too come through to help us through our grief. When my 2 Roddies appeared either side of me when I was out walking, I had a tantrum. I had a tantrum with God. I was not happy at all. And I did say that day, I'm not doing your work anymore. I'm not going to be your messenger anymore. I was really cranky. So as H.E.A.L shares with you all that when you have someone in your life who's very dear to you, that you love dearly, and they leave this world, you change. There is a part of you that dies too. But it is the way of growth. It is the way for you to find union, divine union. It is the way for you to come closer to your soul and that of the divine messengers and that of God. It is the grief that blocks you, just like your mind can block you from accessing your guidance. That is the beautiful message from Azrael. Now, what I'm going to do now is go across to the guidance, the delicious mini guidance for the first 5 of you. And after that, we're going to go into the very powerful invocation. For the invocation, so while I'm doing this guidance, these messages, now remember too, whilst a message can come through for a specific name, you may also find that you're like, wow, that sits with me too. But as I go through these 5 messages, I ask you to prepare yourself for the invocation, because it is a very powerful one. And it's going to open the doors for you to follow on from tonight's topic. Michelle, are you back? So for Jackie, always remember the songs of the old people, no matter what anyone says. When trouble comes in, as it will through your brother very soon, remember the songs. Go to the land, the river. See us there, feel us with you. The trouble that is coming towards you from your brother is going to last 4 months. And it is only by going to the old people sitting in the river, being out on the land, that you are going to be able to hold fast and see the solution, see the guidance that is there for you. And you will hear it through the songs of the old people. Kristen, you are where you are because that's where you need to be. Stop pushing. All is in order. The stranger who will open the door for your new beginnings that are coming for you is very close. A stranger is going to be the one that opens the door for the new beginnings for you, the new chapter. Stop pushing. Be still. Embrace the things that you've been learning, be it in the kitchen or be it in the space of quietness with cards. You are not yet really settled with the cards that you have been learning because they are not aligned with you. The energy is not right with them. Splay them out. Rather than use them in the usual way, splay them out and let yourself be guided to one only. When you read the guidance of that card, you will find that it will change. It will not be exactly as it has been written. You are too much in your mind when you are trying to connect with us and do this work. You are looking at it as work and a knowing. And we ask that you stop pushing. Much changed for you after that time on the table, and you are yet to embrace those changes and to have clarity on them. Cat Grey, a spiral of colourful energy is flowing up and down your spine. It is clearing away the energy of the past, particularly the past few months, 7 months, of what even that looked like it was helpful must now be cleared. And Cat Grey, the interesting thing with this energy that is spiraling around your spine, it has not yet found its way out. So it is simply spiraling up and down your spine, from the tip of the spine to the base of the spine, and it is constantly moving. So where we would bring energy in from the divine flow and have it go out through the spine or out through the feet, in this instance for you, it is to stay spiraling from the tip of the spine to the base of the spine. And the reason for that is because it is expunging everything that has been caught in your nervous tissues, in the central nervous system, throughout the spine, and also to bring back the complete flow and union between your energy centers that sit in the spine. This is a very important time of clearing for you, Kat, and even for things that looked like they were helpful, it is time for them to go. Enjoy this new energy that's about to burst you clear with such great clarity, Kat. There's also a person in your life, a friend, really they are an associate. You know, and yet you persist. It's time for them to be cleared also. Maria, with the presence of beautiful Sally beside you, we remind you through the love of your sister, both her love for you and your love for her, that it is time now for you to be more expansive. You have come to somewhat of a holding plane, and you've not been continuing your growth. It is things around you that are making you feel rather stifled. Your energy is contracted. We ask that you go back to your times of being in silence, but using the energy rather than simply sitting in the energy. We're asking you to use it like you did quite some time ago, where you actually worked the energy and you were able to shift things for yourself. So, Maria, very important time for you to be able to have and immerse yourself in a time of beautiful growth. And that is where you are headed here. By the time you get to the end of this year, Marie, you're going to find you're faced with two pathways of change. A third comes in and creates a confusion for you. We remind you at the time there are only two paths, there are not three. This third option that comes in is like being late for a train, it has no place. Disregard that third arrival of what appears to be an opportunity. But most importantly, Maria, we ask you to come back to expanding and working with the energy the way you did several years ago. And things will be very, very fruitful for you after December. For Lisa, there is a time of stagnation for you. So you're going to find that, in particular around work, there is going to be a sense of stagnation, as if you're looking for a new pizzazz, a new excitement around you. This energy is already present around the work situation for you. And those that sort of hold the realm, hold the reins of the work, know that things are a little stagnant, but they themselves are stagnant and they're not able to see beyond that. You know, the old saying of can't see the forest for the trees. This is where these people are sitting at the moment, and it's making things very difficult for everybody. Now, there is also an overreach in a person that sits in the higher hierarchy of this workplace, and they say overreach, and it's creating a stubbornness, it's creating a block, so there isn't a creative energy that is flowing in that business presently. You have nothing to do with that. What we are saying to you is it is stagnant energy and there is a block. You will need to ride this out and wait until things shift. There is also a new opportunity for you in February, March of the new year, really not that far away. So there will be a time for you to embrace a whole new, not just energy, but a new approach. This may also come in the current workplace. There is change to come there and you'll be relieved at the shift in energy, but it's going to be short-lived. So for you, Lisa, very much around stagnant energy, and you too need to make sure that you work your own energy rather than be caught in and sit in other people's stagnant energy, and that's something that you're not doing enough of, getting out of other people's stagnant energy. So, there you are, Michelle. So those are the 5 messages. Now I would like you all to get ready for this beautiful invocation. And if I can just clear this energy, please. Oh, yes, like that. Preparing yourself to receive this invocation means that you're going to prepare yourself to, thank you, Cat Gray. You're going to prepare yourself to receive this new energy and open your own vessel of energy field to have this beautiful invocation come in and allow new awareness, higher awareness. I ask that you be seated in a very upright, strong position with your spine upright. Please make sure the two of you not sitting properly in your pelvic basin, which means you're either sitting crooked on a couch or on a chair. Please ensure that you have centered your pelvic basin and flattened your feet to the floor. No crossed feet, no crossed hands, please. With your hands, they are to be open. They can be at heart height or they can be on your lap if you wish, but they must be palms up to receive. Gently closing your eyes, and if you can say the words in your mind after me, and also if any of you would like this invocation, you are welcome to send me a message or leave a note here to say, please send it to me, and I will have it sent to you on email so that you can use this invocation yourself. So closing down your eyes, I return to the moment. Now I'm going to say each line twice so that you can say it in your mind. I return to the moment. I return to the moment. Not the one my mind wanders to. Not the one my mind wanders to. Not the one my memory calls me to. Not the one my memory calls me to. But to this moment right now. But to this moment right now. I let go of all before this moment which is not serving me now. I let go of all before this moment which is not serving me now. I let go of the need and the pull to go back and look at what has been. I let go of the need and the pull to go back and look at what has been. The truth, wisdom, and knowing are here. The truth, wisdom, and knowing are here. In my breath, in my body, in my breath, in my body. In the knowing I ignored while chasing validations or avoiding not being comfortable. In the knowing I ignored while chasing validations or avoiding not being comfortable. I am no longer the one who waits until it's too late. I am no longer the one who waits until it's too late. I am the one who feels, sees, hears, chooses in the moment, in the now. I am the one who feels, sees, hears, chooses in the moment, in the now. I am willing to know the guidance for my highest good right now in this moment. I am willing to know the guidance for my highest good right now in this moment. And so it is, blessed be. And so it is, blessed be. Amen. Amen. Let yourself feel into your breath. Let yourself center into those words. And let me know how you feel. Kristen, yes, it will be sent to you. If you would like to ask me to send it to you, please do so. It is a very powerful invocation. Michelle, I wanted more, she says. Yes, you can definitely have it. Beautiful. You feel excited. That's wonderful, Lisa. Both Lisa and Maria. Maria would like it, yes. Kat, I put you on the spot. It was a very powerful message needed. Would you like the invocation? Yeah. That's beautiful, Maria. Oh, and your palms felt full. Oh, go you. Expand that energy. Kat, okay. Beautiful. Person felt calm and relaxed and peaceful. Awesome. So Maria and Lisa are asking, when would be the best time to do this? When do we do this? You can do this invocation to set your day. It would be an awesome invocation to do once you have grounded and centered yourself every morning. It would also be very helpful before you go to sleep. Now, an invocation like this can be used if you are struggling at work, if you get halfway through the day and you find that you feel lost or overwhelmed, if the world around you has grabbed a hold of you and put you in thick mud, you could use this invocation. It would be worth having it in a lovely little journal or a little notebook with you in your handbag. The more you practice it, the more you're going to know it, right? Oh, that's now I like that, Maria. Now you're on par now, girl. Very, very good to hear. So you can do this invocation first thing in the morning would be great, last thing at night. But if you're having some difficulty in the middle of the day or you've been called into a meeting, great time to use it, right? So set your day up with it, end your day with it, and then use it as a big boost should you need it. Well, here we are at the end of another week of Soul and Beyond. I am deeply grateful to each one of you that have arrived tonight. Thank you. And to those watching later on, thank you very much. Again, I am Gwenda, your host of Soul and Beyond, spiritual and integrative wellness mentor, founder of the Gwenda Method, founder of the Spiritual School of Wesh, which you can join by going to the website of Heal with Gwenda. And for those of you who did join tonight and have registered, you can always share the link. You can share with people that you feel might benefit from this. I thank you all very much. What's Lisa saying so much? Gwenda to the AAs, yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Yes. It does, doesn't it, Michelle? And that's what some people that I saw last week, the week before, said, what, it's finished already? Yes. You're most welcome. It's a delight to be of service and to be with you all tonight. I will get that invocation printed up nicely for you, and it will be in your inboxes tomorrow, so you can start working with it. Michelle agrees with you. Lisa, Michelle agrees with you. It's a pleasure, Kristen and Kat. Good night, everyone. See you next week.